Hi guys, good afternoon. Pastor Marcel here. Hope you guys having a very happy Wednesday. Listen, I'm going to share my heart with you all briefly, but I'm going to share more with you all Sunday morning during our Sunday morning service. Family, sometimes we go through things in life and we don't necessarily understand why we go through it. We don't know why we are faced with certain challenges. And as you've heard me kind of say that in my situation with my family and my wife and us being restored, I learned a lot about myself. And I also learned the truth about my natural family and different things that came out. And I must tell you, the truth sometime will come out in more ways than you expect. And sometimes we want closure, sometimes we want acceptance. Sometimes we, ask certain questions. And I will say this, no family is perfect. Every family has its challenges. Every family has its issues. But I think the one thing that we can all agree that goes beyond race, goes beyond creed, goes beyond a denomination, goes beyond a particular race or group of people. I think the one thing we can all agree on is keeping things under the rug and exposing things does not help. It only hurts and it only harms. And you see that with Adam and Eve. You see that with Cain and Abel. You see that with David's daughter, Tamar. There are different examples in the Bible where you see where if you don't deal with things, if you don't confront certain things, it just perpetuates the different generations. So I'm a third generation, and I know so many third, fourth, even fifth generation who were dealing with a lot of things that really are not our burdens, were not our problems, were not our issues. They were our parents' issues and their parents' issues, but they perpetuated. So let me just say something to my group for a moment. If you and I don't confront those issues, if you and I don't deal with those issues, we're going to perpetuate and do the same thing to our children and their children that we were done to. Now, let me say this to our previous generations before us. Tell the truth. It's time to tell the truth. Stop masking it. Stop putting a Band-Aid on it. Stop telling us, oh, it's between me and this person. Stop all that. Because what you're doing, believe it or not, is you are just perpetuating the issues, the wounds, the lies, and the secrets. And then you get mad when the truth finally comes out. But you had 30, 40, 50, 60 years to tell us the truth, but nobody told us. And so now at 33, at 23, at 43 or 53, we're now finding out something that the generations before us should have been told us, but they didn't. And so now we're carrying issues, we're carrying burdens, we're carrying problems, we're carrying wounds that honestly were really not our wounds. But because the generations ahead of us and before us didn't deal with it, didn't confront it, it passed down to us. And so now we have a decision to make. So I want to encourage all of us in the third, fourth generation group, let's deal with it. Let's not perpetuate it. But I want to talk to the people in our parents, grandparents, even great-grandparents generation. I'm going to wrap it up by saying this. You stop trying to protect us and tell us the truth. We're not 10, we're not 15, we're not 20, we're not 25. We're grown. We are of age. We are of maturity. When you don't tell us the truth, you do no good except perpetuate the same cycle. Stop that. Tell the truth. And if there are certain things you can't deal with or confront, fine. But don't be mad at me and mine. Don't be mad at us if we decide to do things different and move forward in our family or what we have going on. Don't be mad at us because you had 50, 60 years to try to make amends and you didn't. So now we got to deal with our issues, our baggage, right, through life, different challenges. And then we got to also overcome all these other wounds, all these other baggages. And that's how generational sins get passed down, because nobody wants to confront them. But I refuse, and I'm going to say this. This is a longer post. I'm going to say this and be done. I refuse at 33 to spend the rest of my life holding on to issues and wounds and burdens and baggages that were not mine to carry. And I want to encourage you to not do the same thing. The Bible says, lay aside every weight and the sin. It doesn't say which sin it is, but it says, and the sin that so easily beset us. It's time for us to let these things go and move on. If your parents don't want to forgive, if your grandparents don't want to forgive, if your siblings, if your aunts and your relatives don't want to forgive, fine. But you and me have a choice to forgive, to let go, to become the people that we desire to be. We have a chance to do it. And we've got to do it while we have a chance. All right, so I love you guys. God bless you. I'll see you guys Sunday morning. God bless.